YouTube, what is going on? Cole Hamels fan, how are you guys doing? Nothing super exciting other than the fact I don't have any collections anymore. Really. Yeah, I just don't. I moved everything. It's all gone. Minus a few things YouTubers gave me and all that. And my 3 or 4 big cards that I usually keep. Everything else is gone. I decided to purge for financial reasons and other reasons. Mostly, I just got bored with it. So I'm taking a little break from collecting. I'm not going to say I'm not going to collect. Again, that would be a lie. I'm not going to lie to you. But yeah, I just got to the point where it wasn't fun. And unfortunately, after years, it usually, I find, happens. With Hamels, it became almost a burden doing that collection after a while. It was like anytime a big 101 came up, I had to go for it or I had to get it. And that became a burden, honestly, for a long time. So I didn't enjoy that. And then the Deuce stuff came, and I truly did enjoy that for a very long time. But then I basically got everything minus a shield, and it got frustrating because I found 2 or 3 of them and no one wanted to move them, even at ridiculous prices, I thought. So it just, I don't know, it just didn't really become fun anymore. And they're not making anything new of him, really, to the best of my knowledge. So it just wasn't really overly fun. And the Sandman one, that one was always like I liked it. It was fun. It was, for me, but yeah, not something I desperately needed. What else? The Pekka collection was rough because I did that before even COVID. I enjoyed that collection too, but that one started to get like the Hamels collection, where if it was like a 101 of Pekka, I felt like I had to buy it. And I just don't want that anymore. And then the one that I probably regret selling the most is probably the Morandini collection. Because as a child, I was a huge Morandini fan. So that one won't shock me if I do that again down the road. But that one, I basically just got everything. Like I was doing variations of variations. There really just wasn't that much stuff out there. He basically kind of ended when all the parallels came in, so there was like a few, but not many. So yeah. So they're all gone. Yeah, there's nothing else to really say there. I don't know. I'm going to take some time and figure out if I want to collect again, really overly, any particular player. I usually like to do players, not teams. So I'm not sure. I mean, hockey's still my favorite sport as of right now. Football starts today. That'll be fun to watch. But like modern day stuff isn't game used, so for the most part. So like I don't really want to do a modern day guy, and most older guys like they don't put them in newer products. So like Jeremiah Trotter, I love Jeremiah Trotter, but they started putting him in newer stuff like autographs and patches. That's kind of shocking, but yeah, I don't know. I don't know where I'm gonna go with that. I have one idea, possibly someone down the road that I want to do because I love what he does now too, and I feel like he's very inspirational. And he was like the man back in college, and he can rap. But hint. All right. Anyway, so that being said, I ironically did actually get a couple things in. Not for any PC or anything. One is mostly, this one was doing a signing, and I'm not at Wester Griff level, but she was doing a signing. She's a WNBA player. I kind of started watching some WNBA. I'm not a huge fan. I like it better than the NBA because at least I feel like most of them are trying, where NBA players just aren't. Like, all right, cool, you're athletic, congrats. I feel like a lot of the skill is gone. Like, yeah, you can shoot and you're athletic, awesome. All right, cool. I don't The girls just most of the time seem like they want to play more. A little more caddish, I'll give you though. But anyway, I'm not a huge fan. Well, I'm not a huge dislike the star of this team, but I happen to like this player a little bit more. But she is from Indiana Fever. And I got her, she was doing a signing for someone probably a month or two ago now at this point. And I got this on a nice Nike replica jersey. But I got Miss Sophie Cunningham with the inscription, The Enforcer, on there. So I thought it was kind of cool. I'm going to probably maybe small frame this because the jersey itself is not very big. It's large, I think. But yeah, so I just like the jersey and all that. So on a nice little Nike jersey, the inscription. So yeah, I gotta figure out how I want to frame that up, kind of. But I love me some Sophie Cunningham. And then right after that, she went down for the season. There's my luck. So yeah, when I finally started getting into it, she got injured. I'm not a huge Caitlin Clark fan. I don't have anything against her, but I'm not a huge fan of her, and I'm not a huge fan of Casey Plum either. Who's and I really don't like Angel Reese. Don't get me started on that one. But so yeah, but I happen to like Sophie. Anyway, and then I actually, ironically, got one card because I've wanted this card forever. It was on a save search, and usually these cards go for a couple $100. Which is funny because I know almost nothing about the sport, but I swear to God, I watched the documentaries or an interview or something on this guy at least once every couple months. And he makes me feel less like a man, be honest with you, because I'm here collecting cardboard and he is doing his stuff. Anyway, but yeah, this popped up for it had a ridiculous buy it now on it. And I mean ridiculous in a good way. Again, a graded 8 of one of these, I think just went for almost $350. This had a buy it now on it for, it was either $13 or $16. So, of course I hit yes. It was I don't even collect cards currently, but yes, I want that card. And I wanted it just as a regular collection. This is the only auto, to the best of my knowledge, this guy has ever had. There's not very many products of them out there, but it is of Mr. J.B. Moody. Or Mooney, sorry. Basically, the world's most famous bull rider, cowboy, or at least modern day one. But yeah, it's an on-card auto. Again, these usually go for decent money. I think the dude just didn't know what he had, honestly, and just popped it up. I was like, oh, all right, it's a thing. So, yeah, I was very excited to get this. Because, again, I've lost out on these for a couple $100 a few times. Because I didn't want to go that high for it. I was like, all right, it's a rodeo bull rider guy that I like watching. But, again, very intellectual guy, very inspirational in a weird way. But yeah, so kind of reminds me of my dad in a weird way. But yeah, so I did get this one card in. I'm going to hold on to this because, again, I always wanted one. And they're hard to find. They've dried up. He has this. It's called, it's from Press Pass, so it's on card, basically. 8 seconds for a bull ride. He has this, and he has a couple memorabilia cards in this product, but to the best of my knowledge, this is the only product that had hits. So, but yeah, so I was insanely excited. I actually thought I was getting ripped off, to be honest with you. I was like, all right, the dude's not going to send it, or it's going to be a photocopy of a card, but no, it's the legit card. So I was very excited. So yeah, that's about it. Hopefully everyone's doing all right. Had a good holiday. Hopefully if you have kids, they're back at school. Mine did. Yay. But yeah, hopefully everyone's doing all right. Talk to you later. Peace.